Even without a decision on Western military intervention, there's been a sharp rise in the number of Syrians that are fleeing the country. At least 13,000 Syrians have now crossed into Lebanon, and that happened in the last 24 hours alone. Zeina Khodr is in Lebanon. Zeina is at the Masnaa border crossing with Syria. These numbers, Zeina, really showing how this threat of military intervention is really affecting every single Syrian.
Well, yes, that's true. We are in Masnaa border crossing. It's a mere 40-minute drive, really, to the Damascus city center. Yes, thousands of people have fled over the past 24 hours. We still cannot describe it as a mass exodus, but the border is busier than usual. We have managed to talk to a number of Syrians here. They are worried, they're anxious. Most of them really will tell you, we just want this to end. We need to find some way or some sort of political solution. People are tired, and when they tell you, for example, civilians continue to pay the price. So you get this feeling. Now, what we understand that it is quite difficult to reach Lebanon. First, we're hearing from some people that security is really tight in the city center of Damascus. It is quite difficult to leave. And also, people are facing security restrictions at the Lebanese border. The Lebanese border guards really scrutinizing every individual, checking their identification papers, not allowing, for example, Palestinians to enter. We have to remember that Lebanon experienced a number of security incidents linked to the Syrian crisis. So these tight security measures, is this why we're not seeing more people leave? Well, we cannot confirm that, but definitely people are anxious and scared.
And Zeina, what is it that they're telling you about what they want to happen in Syria when it comes to these possible military strikes by the West?
Well, we have to bear in mind something. Those who are able to cross official border crossings tend to be supporters of the regime. Those who take part in rebellion usually smuggle their way in because they don't need to go through security checks. So you talk to people here, and of course they're condemning any possible U.S. strike. They're accusing the United States really of not respecting the sovereignty of Syria. And according to them, there is no alternative to the government, because we've heard this really a lot from the people who's going to take over the Al-Qaeda linked groups. Now, we have managed to speak to those who support the rebels, and they are worried because they don't believe that the West, if they actually do carry out some sort of strike, it's going to be limited. It's not going to be a game changer. They're not going to topple the regime. So what they fear really is after these strikes happen, the government could just step up military operations against them. So there is that fear among the opposition, the rebel forces on the ground and the people who live in rebel-controlled territories.
Okay, Zeina, thank you. That's Zeina Khodr reporting from the Masnaa border crossing over in Lebanon.